See is John Robinson. This is what he said about his quarterback, Ryan Tannehill. Quote, Ryan is a pro. He knows how much he means to us. Traded for that guy. Gave him an opportunity to start. New contract. I think it's pretty apparent where he stands with us. He's our quarterback. I don't know how many more times I got to say it. Then there's Packers CEO Mark Murphy in his periodic column at Packers.com saying, we are significantly over the salary cap for next year, and we'll have to make many difficult decisions in order to get under the cap. A key factor will be whether Aaron Rodgers comes back. Matt, Brian, and Russ Ball and I are all in agreement that we want Aaron to come back. So that's essentially the entire brain trust. You know who all those people are. So let's get into this here. Fowler, let's start with that. Yep. We got the Tennessee of it all, which is interesting, if it doesn't feel particularly likely. Where are we right this minute on Aaron Rodgers, the timing, and the future?
Well, here's what I'm hearing. The Packers have been adamant both publicly and privately with Rodgers that they want him back. They've had some early talks with Rodgers, nothing out of the routine, just kind of about the season and where the team is headed. But they feel good about him coming back, and they're remaining firm in their commitment. They're kind of sitting back. Their strategy is like last year. Let him come back, work things out on his own time, let him vent when he needs to, and then they'll figure it out. It's funny, I talked to John Robinson about that quote.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know how many times I got to say it. I said it 4 or 5 different times that Ryan Tannehill's our quarterback. So right. I don't see that changing, at least right now. When
you talk to him again, tell him Greeny says at least once more. He's going to have to say it at least one more time. If the more land that Aaron Rodgers buys in the area, the more times we're going to need to hear him say it, unless he just really loves blues music or country music, whatever they have there in Nashville. All right, Orlovsky, what do you think of all of this? Because Tennessee is the minute that game ended, I hate to say it, a lot of us were like, Ryan Tannehill just basically handed away the 1 seed to Cincinnati in that playoff game. What do you think of the whole thing?
Yeah, well, in Tannehill's defense, that team's in the Super Bowl. As I sit here today, I don't think Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay. Actually, I'd be shocked if Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay. And I think the Green Bay Packers need to look at themselves like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did 2 years ago and go all in and make their run for the Super Bowl like the Los Angeles Rams did this past offseason. Brian Gutekunst, you've done a good job of planning for the future, and you've committed to build your franchise for the future. It's time, man. It's time to go forward. It's time to see Aaron Rodgers come back, and let's sacrifice a little bit of the future for right now. Take some of your picks of the future and go get some other pieces. I think Aaron realizes how good of a football team they are. I think Aaron realizes how good of a scheme fit that he has within Matt LaFleur's system and that Kyle Shanahan system. And I just think Aaron understands and believes the best path, or the most likely path for a Super Bowl, is to stay right where he is in the NFC North, continue to win that division, and stay the heck away from the AFC.
You agree with that, Ryan?
Yeah, I do. We said this, I said this last week, or even after they lost, that the best place for Aaron Rodgers was going to be with the Green Bay Packers. This is the team that's won 13 games in the regular seasons for the last 3 years. They've been to 2 NFC championships. You don't leave those places because you don't believe you have a chance to win, because clearly you do. And I agree with Dan, though. If you're the Green Bay Packers, try to figure out a way that you can make Aaron Rodgers feel that even with your cap space, even with the places and the way that you're hurting as far as picking up new free agents, you'll do some things that are creative and say, you know what, we may not be great in 2025. We may not be great in 2026. We may not have draft picks at those times. But for this year, for this opportunity with Aaron Rodgers, we're going all in because of him. The Green Bay Packers have been more vocal this year very early than they were the entire offseason last year. That tells me that the relationship with Aaron Rodgers is better, that they believe Aaron Rodgers would like to come back, and it seems that for them, it's a no-brainer. It's Aaron Rodgers or nobody in that building.
Well, last year the thing went all the way to July. I remember sitting here and doing live coverage of Aaron Rodgers walking into the building for the first time wearing a T-shirt from The Office, as though this was some major breaking news, because it kind of was, because we didn't know if it was going to happen. So you say it's going to happen obviously sooner than that. Give me a sense of what soon means.
I don't think they would draw this out throughout the offseason. They have to address his contract if he stays. He's got a $46 million cap hit on the last year of a deal. It would void in 2023. So they got to shake that out, figure it out. So it's possible Rodgers comes back to them and says, hey, I want to be traded. Let's work something out. At that point, they would field calls. I talked to one league exec that thinks at least 6 to 8 teams would put in a call. You got to think Denver with Nathaniel Hackett, their new coach, Rodgers' former offensive coordinator, would put in a call. But right now, there are no indications that they're even going to take those calls.
Yeah, I mean, they've built Green Bay West in Denver, right? I mean, Dan, it's going to look very strange
Don't go to Denver.
if Aaron Rodgers does. What? Why are you shaking your head?
Don't go to Denver. I've said it last week. It's a death sentence out there. The Chargers are going to be a lot better. You got the Kansas City Chiefs. Denver's a good football team. The Raiders are going to be a lot better. Greeny, the AFC is not a place for a Super Bowl or a quarterback to go and try to go make a last Super Bowl run. This is very similar to what Tom did in New England. When Tom was making his decision a couple years ago, it was get out of the AFC because it was so loaded. If I'm Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers wants to say, I want to make a final run at the Super Bowl, your by far easiest path is in the NFC. I don't know if there's a team outside of like the Rams that we sit there and go, my goodness, that's the team you got to conquer.
I agree.
Do not go. Denver's the best fit.
Yeah.
It's not the smartest choice.
Give me 10 seconds on that, RC. You agree with that? His best chance to win next year's Super Bowl is staying where he is.
Staying in the NFC, if you look at the NFC's quarterbacks, look at the NFC's teams, they are nowhere close to what the AFC is. And we could keep talking about Tennessee all we want. And I just want to tell you this, Greeny, rich people buy land. You know this because you're rich. So let's not follow Aaron Rodgers everywhere he goes to buy property.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.